देखिए, जब टाइम स्टार्ट होता ना किसी एक्टर, किसी बिजनेसमैन, किसी पर्सन का, कहते हैं वो सितारे जो हैं, they align in the right spots. Well, Huma Qureshi is in the right spot right now, man. Thank you so much for joining us on B4U.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been so long I've spoken to you, Salil. How have you been?
I've been very good and my God, congratulations. Very rarely does it happen. एक तो first of all 2 साल में दो releases और एक में what a fantastic role. We're going to talk about that. And the second film, also Gangubai, we got an amazing guest appearance, an amazing song. Two on the same day. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. Feel blessed. I know like everyone's talking about it, that I've actually had 3 releases if you count my Z show as well, Mithya.
Ah, yes, Mithya, correct.
So, I mean, I know it's a bit like unprecedented, but honestly, that's pretty much what I've done the last 2 years. I mean, I know a lot of friends are upset with me. I, in fact, saw my film with them the other night, and they were complaining that you've barely been around, and I feel like I'm just a social media friend, and we don't hang out. But I'm like, listen, the last 2 years, I've literally been just going to work every single day. Like, I've not had a moment to sort of breathe and whatever, and I've just not made too much noise about it because I just wanted it to be about the work. So it's like going to office, right? You have to go in and punch in.
Actually, both you and your brother have been working a lot, yeah, last 2 years. It's been a really fantastic family time for you, yeah, solid time.
Actually, no family time because we're barely there. We've just moved into a new house and I've just not had any time to spend time in this house because we're always away shooting or filming or now promoting. So, but yeah, I can't complain. Touch wood, good problems to have.
You know, whenever they say that the South industry is now becoming India's film industry. पहले था वो नॉर्थ साउथ डिवाइड था, पहले था रीजनल फिल्म का बड़ा डिवाइड था. Now it started with a big bang with Prabhas and Bahubali, but then there was a lull. A lot of films tried to replicate a Prabhas, you know. Then it all again happened with Pushpa, with Allu coming and, you know, sneaking in and becoming this big, you know, blockbuster. But there were some stars always that India thought of them as global stars. Ajit sir was one of them, you know. And I remember so many actors haven't had the big opportunity to work the big stars. Shraddha had done it in Saho, and she had a lot of work to do. She had action, she was doing things, and not everybody had seen Saho. Even in this film, you have so much to do. It's a rocking role. You've got the gun in your hand, you've got the chashma, you're beating the bad guys really well. This is like a typical video game kind of film for you to do, which the whole world is seeing. I mean, the traction of social media also is so high with you. You must be shocked, right?
Well, I'm actually very happy. I mean, shocked is not the right word. I'm just very happy. Like I said, no, like it's been, Valimai has been a really special film. And when I signed the film, which was 2019 end, and I started shooting for the first month of 2020, and that was a time when the lockdown sort of happened and the entire world was hit by COVID. And the last 2 years actually have been pretty hard in that sense for everybody, not just me. Like there was so much uncertainty. One didn't know whether you're shooting, not shooting. Will we ever be able to shoot again? Like what are the dynamics? So in that sense, it's been a really hard journey. Anyway, to mount a film of this size always is very difficult and complicated. But the pandemic sort of made it more so. But I think we sort of held it together, all of us. I mean, and it's not just me. It's a lot of people's hard work, effort behind the scenes. Our producer, Mr. Boni Kapoor, our director, Mr. H. Vinod, Ajit sir, of course, you know, leading from the front. But I feel like it's just one of those films that when it comes out, like you forget all the hardship I had to go through to make it happen because it's such an all-encompassing film that is like a pan-India film in that sense. And you rightly said there's no boundaries anymore. And I feel really happy about that. As an Indian, why should it be like, oh, this is a South film and this is a North film and this is a this film and a that film? I feel we're truly in the times of pan-India films where human emotions are universal and language is not like subservient to it. Like it doesn't matter. Like you could be in any language and you can still have an impact all across the country and globally because, you know, Indians are everywhere.
But you learned the language for this, right? Because I could see you dub separately in Hindi for this, and I see obviously you were doing it exactly in the language. I mean, were you learning just the script, like rattoing the script, or did you learn a lot more?
No, see, the thing is, I mean, if two people are talking in Tamil, I kind of follow it because now this is my second film, but I don't speak it very well. I'll be lying if I said I spoke it really well. But I do memorize my lines, I ratta maro it and all of that. And I get very nervous the day I have a lot of scenes. And I'm literally like, it's like studying for an exam. So I'm like, blah, 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 don't talk to me. Like, no, I don't want anything. Go away from my whatever. So I am very jittery because, of course, it's not my mother tongue. So that comfort I have while acting in Hindi or even in English for that matter, because I think in English, I don't have that in Tamil or any other language. But I think, therefore, when I do like a film which is another language, I have to make a lot of effort and a lot of prep for it. So what you're talking about is my lip sync. I make it a point that I learn the lines. So, and somebody else dubbed for me in Tamil. So I made sure that I made the job really easy for them in terms of,
I know, because I dub and it's horrible. It just, somebody's mouth is open and you're saying a closed word and all, all that goes all over the place, yeah.
No, and Salil, it's very important for me to be accepted. Like, I feel very happy, when I go to Chennai and I'm accepted as a Tamil actor today. And it gives me great pleasure. Like, I have a lot of people tell me, ma'am, now we feel like you're our actor and you also do Bollywood films. So I was like, wow, like that means so much to me. Yeah.
How many doors has this opened up for you there now? Because when you do a film with a big star, which has a worldwide opening, and right from the trailer and the teaser, there was like these records being smashed. So has this really opened like the doors in a big way? Plus, also, unlike so many other films, you had the money shot with the gun as well in this. So, it's like there's a whole sequence. Those who've not seen it will not understand, but there's this big van, this armored vehicle car that opens, and Huma is sitting there with a Sylvester Stallone shot, man, with a gun in her hand. So, yeah.
Listen, I've grown up watching those films. I know it's a stereotype that women don't like action films. I love action films. I love watching them, and the swag is unmatched. So I've always wanted to do it my whole life. And like I said, when they gave me this opportunity, I jumped at it. I was like 100%, like, and I think it's so sad. Like, you feel like if you're feminine, as if by doing action, you lose a bit of your femininity and all. But I don't think so. I feel like women can be feminine and they can still be tough and they can beat up the bad guys and they can still look like cool while doing it. And that's what I really want to do.
Now tell me, so now are they offering you some action-oriented films, or is that not happening yet in the South?
Listen, come on. I mean, think about it. Like, normally see what happens, in a big action film is that the girl or the heroine is always being rescued. The bad guys go and kidnap her and then the hero has to go rescue her and all of that. And I feel like, thank God we didn't do that. In fact, like, even Ajit said, don't really have a romantic track. We are like, you see the film. So we're buddies and we're there and we like, in so many ways, like, and without the drama of it necessarily having to go into romance, because I feel like that's also so done to death within cliche. Like, how do you sort of redefine that relationship, And I feel like the Tamil film mein mujhe jo aap bol rahe ho, swag or whatever diya hai. So I feel definitely, I think it's going to open doors, not just for me, but for so many other women I know who do want to do action. And I sometimes feel like we neither get the scripts nor the budgets to make these kind of films. I would love to do an out-and-out action film.
I'm sure.
The way you were punching also and hitting with the elbow, it looked like you had completely rehearsed it wonderfully well. But in the end,
no more people asking me out anymore after this.
It's fine.
It'll be one of those different kind of dates. But there's a lovely walk towards the end, which is so synonymous with how South stars are treated. In the film script, of course, it says how pehle tamatar fenkte the, uske baad ab phool barsa rahe hain. That happens in real life for stars like Ajit. When Ajit sir is walking, they literally must be throwing all that. Is the superstardom culture still so incredible over there? I mean, I remember I just wrote something on Twitter. There were lakhs and lakhs of people that have seen it, and I know that you've also seen that. Are you shocked at the stardom that still exists, where people don't judge you at all if you're a superstar there?
I feel like this, absolutely. I think the love that one gets, especially for someone like Ajit sir, is incredible. Salil, he's not done an interview or promoted a film in the last 20 years. And he still gets the kind of massive opening that we've seen today. It's quite incredible. And I remember having this conversation with him because, honestly, it's my dream. Not to do a promotional thing and like, actually amazing. I know my PR is looking at me and making eyes. Like, you can't say that. You can't take my job away. No, but honestly speaking, for me, like as an actor, I'll be very happy just to do my films and, work on my scripts and work on myself and my craft, and not also because promotion is another beast, right? So someone like Ajit sir, the one thing I was like, wow, how do you do this? And he's like, once I realized that I want my relationship with my audience to be in the theater. Like, I want them to come over there and see me. And I don't want, it shouldn't be about like, aaj maine ye cappuccino piya, yeah, I've gone for this one press event, or get entangled in something, like, what do you think about petrol prices? You're like, mujhe kya? You know what I mean? Even I find it so strange.
Yeah,
Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to comment on stuff that doesn't pertain to my
of
life. If I
course.
wanted to say something, I would say it. But why are you asking me about things that I'm an actor, right? Like, so I feel that's so refreshing about him. And despite that, Ajit sir is a testimony that you don't need to do all this to be a pan-India hero.
Also Tamil cinema. In the South, they don't criticize you at all, But this is
And listen,
just yeah.
that I went, and so the fans know. So like I went for the first show in Chennai, and of course the fans knew that Ajit sir was not going to come. So it was me, Kartike, who's playing the antagonist in this, and Boni sir, and just the love we got was incredible. Like, I mean, of course I knew they were all there to celebrate Ajit sir and and their hero, but also like every single time I would come on screen, they would like people cheering for me and taking off their shirts and dancing, and I was like, wow, like I love this.
This is what actors live for, man. This is the direct one-to-one connection. And I have to say that I'm in love with your versatility also, yaar. Uske next frame, mein, 4 hours later, I saw Gangubai. And, the respect that you got on screen, you're doing a cameo in that, just a song in that, is so beautiful. Everything looked perfect. Of course, Sanjay Mansali. So you go from a big blockbuster Ajit sir film to a big blockbuster Sanjay Mansali film. You must really people don't understand this. So much of Huma Qureshi is not visible to everybody, but all the work that you've done right from Gangs of Wasseypur, you're a very big, high up in the list for a lot of these big directors. And that I think is a huge plus point and a big yes, thumbs up to your craft. It must really be a big pat on your own back also. That's like testament to हाँ मैं जो कर रही हूँ ठीक कर रही हूँगी.
शायद यार मतलब मेरा तो बचपन का सपना था to work with Sanjay sir. I've always said this to my friends, even in passing or in a joke or whatever. I just say this now. I just want to be shot once by Sanjay sir because he just immortalizes you forever, and like you're there forever. And when I got the chance to work with him, it was really a dream come true. We shot this song for 5 days. I didn't tell anyone about it because I was like, let it come out the way it's meant to be sort of received. And I wanted it to be, and I think Sanjay sir also intended it to be a surprise because, yeah, I'm sure there are many actresses, who would give their right arm to work with him. So I was also quite surprised when I got the call saying, sir would like you to do a song. I was like, really, me? Why? But yeah, sure, of course I'll do it. And when I was discussing the song also with him, not just his references and what he was looking for, it was so like different and so specific. It's not just you're looking beautiful and like doing a song. Like he wanted a character. And for me, like it was such a compliment that in a song, which literally I'm dancing with like my face.
Yes.
Because it's a kavali and we don't do that anymore because everyone's doing like some PT steps only. We've stopped dancing. Yeah, we've stopped dancing with our face, and he wanted that from me. Like he wanted in that song.
अदाएं हैं, तुम्हारी अदाएं दिख रही हैं उसमें.
Yeah, and I was like, sir, thank you for this opportunity, and like it's such a pleasure to be a part of a beautiful film like Gangubai with the stunning Alia Bhatt, who's completely outdone herself. So I think, I mean, I feel very blessed. I get a chance to work with all these amazing makers because honestly, that's my trip. I chase good scripts and I want to work with good makers because मेरा ना Salil अभी यही है कि मैं कुछ भी करूँ, every single time I come on screen, I want to be a different person. I don't want to be that person who doesn't even change her hairstyle or because, this lipstick looks good on me, I'm going to wear it for the next 20 films. I feel like it's done. Like I want to look different in Gangumai. I want to look different in Valimai. I want to do something else in Mithya. I want to do something else in a Maharani. And I want people to be like, by the end of it, like, yeah, she can do a few things.
No, you can do many things, Huma. I think your fan base has become massive in the last 2-3 years. Even online, it's become huge, as the names that you mentioned also. But I also have to say that, that now you're stuck with Sanjay sir for life. He repeats almost his entire cast.
From the direction team to the song.
पर मैंने उनको बोला मैंने संजय सर को बोला मैं कहा सर पता है थोड़ा अनफेयर क्या है a song is not my forte I think acting is my forte so I want to be directed by you like in a film because I feel in a song like I still feel ki I'm not hitting it like this is not my thing but in a scene I know like I can do like a zillion interpretations of it and that will be fun to jam on with you so yeah inshallah one day.
Very soon. Huma, thank you so much for doing this. Like I said, your fan base is growing. Now you're a viral sensation. Also, your car shot of Valimai when you're seeing first day first show, people jumping on the car, is all over the social network. And that's the way it should be. You deserve all the success. Thank you so much for doing this with us.
Thank you so much, Salil. Always a pleasure chatting with you.